All right, so we're gonna get started. Before I get started, I want to go ahead and try to jump into this trade. It's a 5-minute chart. We're noticing that we're getting a buy. We're above the session key. We're starting to close. We're starting to go above the entry line on the TDI. Starting to go up on the momentum is in the oversold area. Let's see what's going on in the lower time frames. We got a buy here. We got the buy. We got the entry. We can go ahead and take this trade. It's NASDAQ. Ooh, I don't like that. Spreads are a little thick, but it's okay. Got caught a huge sell on NASDAQ earlier. We're going to get to that later. But while that's running, gold is doing the same thing. Let's go ahead and take gold. Just for the sake of training, taking the trade right now. Ultimately, you want to make sure that all of your confirmations are lined up. I'm going to go ahead and take the trade based off of the break of the zone. Take the trade based off the break of the zone. Stop loss below the zone. If we're above the zone, we're buying. Right here is your session key zone. So your zone is going to be painted. And when the hour hits at 12 noon, we caught the zone. We got the zone and went into profit. NASDAQ is currently going into profit. Shout out to the session key, man. Once y'all see this tool and how powerful it is, and congruency to the other tools that we have, if I'd have got in earlier, I'd have closed out by now. It would have been about $200 profit, but we're heading to that now. Let's go ahead and protect the profit because I don't want to lose nothing during the training. Entry is this orange line here. So I did kind of get in at the entry. I kind of want to get in at the break of the zone. But we're going to go over the confirmations. We're going to go over the top of the hour strategy. We're going to go over the ultimate scalpers trading strategy. It's a nice trade, went straight into profit. But yeah, let's get started. This is for all right, so let's go over the actual ultimate scalpers trading system. This is the top of the hour strategy. Now, what we're doing with the strategy is we're basically focusing on smart money, right? So if you wasn't on the training yesterday, I'm gonna briefly go over it again. And if you still are unfamiliar, sometimes you may need to see it, sometimes you may need to hear it a couple of times. That way it is embedded into your subconsciousness and you're able to take the trade based off of what you know. So if you don't know, we have multiple trading sessions. You have the London session, you have the New York session, and you also have the Asian session. There's also a few sessions in between, like the Frankfurt session, things of that nature. But we're going to focus on these main three, the London, the New York, and the Asian. So if you're in the United States, like I am, I'm on the East Coast. We trade on the Eastern Standard Time. So our banking system opens up at 8 a.m. and it closes at 5 p.m. So I want you to put yourself, when you're trading, try to put yourself in the shoes of the institutions or the traders that are trading for the major banks. If you're trading for a major bank or an institution, you're only focusing on certain time periods. If you're taking a trade, if you're an institution or a major trader in the institutions, you're not trading in between a candle. Most traders, especially retail traders, will see a setup, find a setup, but we miss the setup and we get the fear of missing out. They call it FOMO, and they jump into the trade in the middle of a candle. So what we want to refrain from doing is jumping into trades in the middle of a candle. I'm going to show you how to find the zone utilizing the session key tool. That way you can find optimal zones at the top of the hour, any trading day, any asset can get it. Any pair, any asset, the strategy, this tool can be very, very powerful in your trading journey. So I'm going to just briefly go over it. This is our trading plan. You have a checklist. Shout out to Top Step. We kind of modified it a little bit, but we got the main template from Top Step. Shout out to them. I don't want to take away from anything that they've done. This is there. But we wanted to make sure that you guys have everything that you need in this trading plan. That way, you have a full arsenal and you're ready to take trades once you are taking control of the actual market. So this trading plan is for you. So the top of the hour strategy is basically we're looking at an hour candle, but within an hour candle, you're going to get a open, a high, a close, and a low. And between the hour candle, you're going to get all type of areas of restrictions, support, and demand. So we're going to utilize these hour candles to get a zone at the top of the hour at 12 o'clock noon. We got a new zone at the top of the hour, and then we utilize the zone. Here's the zone. We're in profit. Easy. It's $400, folks. Hopefully somebody took the trade with me. You didn't have to. I'm not advising you to take these trades. You of course, all of these trades results will vary, but you just saw it live. The beginning of the hour, at the beginning of the zone, we took the live trade based off of the session key. We're above the zone. We broke the entry optimizer. We are above the Bogan effect trend line. Down here in the oscillator, we had divergence. So the candles were going down, market is going down, but your oscillator, your TDI is going up. Your market crossed way back here. You have your range filter. How many more confirmations do you need? We got multiple confirmations. We're going to go through those confirmations soon, but there's one trade for you guys. Go ahead and move this take profit up as it moves further and further into profit. I can close this out at $500, and you should be done for the day. $200 or more is a successful trading day. You don't have to be greedy. Get what the market gives you and get on up out of there. And do not give it back. If you're making money in an hour session and you're taking a trade based off of these tools and the top of the hour strategy, once you close out your trade, do not take any more trades unless you wait for the next zone. And we're going to go over that in a brief second. If you guys have any questions while I'm going through this, you can unmute yourselves or you can ask in the chat. I will get a little long-winded, so please bear with me. I got a passion for this. If you guys know me, if you know me well, then you know we can be up here for hours. But I'm not gonna hold you guys. I know you guys have a life. You got the life to live, so I'm not gonna do that to y'all today. But so the top of the hour, the reason why we're using this, I got this information from ChatGPT, so this is accurate information if you trust AI. Shout out to ChatGPT. The banks and other financial institutions frequently engage in trading at the top of the hour for several reasons. One of them is liquidity. This time typically witnesses a surge in liquidity as numerous orders from various global markets and institutional investors are executed simultaneously. Number two, market openings and closings. Major stock exchanges, such as those in New York, London, and Tokyo, experience significant activity at the beginning and the end of their trading sessions, often coinciding with the top of the hour. Scheduled economic reports. Many economic reports and data releases which can significantly influence trading decisions are published at the top of the hour. Top of the hour, including critical information like United States employment data and interest rate announcements. And the last one is Forex market activity. And the current trading activity typically peaks at the top of the hour due to the overlapping between market sessions, particularly between London, New York, and consequently, banks and institutional traders strategically align their trading activities with these time frames to optimize their performance. So with this ultimate scalper strategy, we're going to be using the session key, the Bogan effect, the entry optimizer, and you will also have oscillators to support your confirmation. So the confirmation is one, session key. You get a break above the session key. You're looking for buys and buys only. When do you want to buy? You want to buy as close to the zone as possible. You do not want, if you see the market breaking above the zone, like we're seeing here, and you're noticing this trade, and you see it's broke the zone and it's way up here, do not take the trade. You missed the train. You missed the bus. You missed the boat. Sometimes the train may come back to pick you up. So if you miss the buy, just make sure you're patient. If you miss this trade, trust me, all you have to do is just wait for the next hour. You're going to get another zone. You take advantage of the next hour. You do not want to get caught in the trap of fear of missing out on the trade. You do not want to buy at the high. Where do you buy? Institutional traders buy at the low. They buy from the low, they sell from the high. So a lot of retail traders see this move. They knew this move was coming. They went to the bathroom, got something to eat. They might have missed it. We are on the 1 minute chart, folks. Took this trade on a 1 minute chart, by the way. These zones will work on any time frame. Market analysis works on any time frame, but the lower the time frame, the smaller the range of the trade, therefore, the tighter the risk. So you just want to make sure that you're not buying at the high. We're buying at the low. So if it breaks the high or it breaks the zone, you want to wait for it to come back into the zone. If it does come into the zone, you can then take the trade. The session key will give you your entry, which is the orange line, your take profit 1, 2, and 3, which is these green lines, and your stop loss. So this tool can be used by itself, but we do not advise that you use it by itself until you get used to the tool, until you are experienced in the strategies and you understand the market. Then therefore you can take it by themselves. But if you do that, I highly suggest that you confirm before you take the trade. That's why we're utilizing this full system suite. That way you have multiple confirmations to take the trade with confidence and lower your risk. So the second confirmation is the range filter from the Bogan effect, from the ultimate scalper system. You're going to get a break. You're also going to get a buy signal, which is your second confirmation. So if you get a break from the session key, then you notice on the range filter, you pull up the range filter, you are in buyer's territory, you're in green above the Hakanashi, or you're seeing a buy signal. That's confirmation number 2. Confirmation number 3 will be an entry optimizer. If it breaks the average true range, that means it's beginning a new uptrend. As long as it's above the green line, which is your average true range, you're in buyer's territory. So if you're looking for a buy, you check the entry optimizer. If it's already in buyer's territory, you can take the buy based off of the first 2 confirmations. If it's not yet in buyer's territory, you can either wait for it to break like it did here. It broke in buyer's territory. This trade is currently running $715 in profit. What I'm going to do is you can use your stop loss in multiple ways. You can utilize the ATR from the entry optimizer, which would mean my stop loss will be here. Or you can use the Bogan effect range filter, which means every single candle, you're just moving it up smaller and smaller, trailing the market as it goes further and further into profit. When do you take out? You take out if it gives you a sell signal from the range filter. You take your profits if it breaks below the trend line or if it breaks the ATR and the entry optimizer. So we're going to get back to the while that trade is running, gold is still stagnant right now. That's cool because we are already in profit. I'm not even going to waste my time. If it comes back and closes me out in the negative, I've already secured my trade for the hour with NASDAQ. So we're good. So back to the trading plan. All right, so the full buy setup. I think we went over. Yeah, stop loss is below the zone. Entry optimizer confirms the buy as long as it stays as it's a buy. The signal. Wait, the entry optimizer can confirm the buy as long as it is a buy. The signal below the zone. So if you're in the zone, your buy is below it. You're in the zone. You're breaking above the zone. Let's just go to a full. Let's see, where's it at? Full buy setup. So you have the buy right here. It goes above the zone. You have your range filter. That's buying. And your entry optimizer. That's buying. You have a bullish cross. Your TDI is crossing the signal line in the middle. You show divergence right here. It's showing bullish divergence. Price is going down, but the TDI is going up. That is a good signal that you're going to get a turnaround or a reversal. And you also have the ultimate scalper cross. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 confirmations for an easy buy setup. Is all 5 of them going to confirm at the same time? Not 100% of the time. But when you get all 4 of them to line up, you can take a trade with your eyes closed and go to sleep. Not figuratively. I wouldn't advise you to go to sleep in the trades, but you can definitely take the trades with your eyes closed, though. So the sell is the same thing. It's just the opposite direction. So you're looking for the zone. So once the zone is applied, you're going to get the zone. At the top of the hour, you wait for the break. When it breaks, it's going to give you the sell, entry, take profit 1, 2, and 3, and the stop loss. But of course, you want to make sure you confirm the trade. So here you got a sell. Here you have a bearish market, which is divergence. Price is going slightly up, TDI going slightly down. We're already looking for a reversal. Once it breaks out of the zone, you check your confirmations. Here is your range filter. You got the sell. That's two sell signals and Yas TDI pointing down. And then overall, eventually, you got the entry optimizer. You take the trade. This is the optimal trade here. Now, the range filter gave you a sell here. Your entry, your session key may have given you a sell somewhere in this area. This is more of a higher risk, but it's a lower risk, but it doesn't confirm the trade. Because if you take the trade all the way up here for the sell, your stop loss is closer than it would be if you took the trade here. But if you get this sell, this is the conservative trade because all four tools line up. This is the sell that the conservative traders will take. So if you're following these steps and you're following the confirmations to the T, you will wait for the break of the sell, easy sell, you take it straight on down. So we're going to show you the full setup. Here you got your range filter sell. Here you have the range filter sell. And if you can see it right there, you got your session key sell right there. So you could have got in earlier. But like I said, you want to make sure that all confirmations line up. Now, I'm not saying that you can't take the trade. You can take the trade at your own risk. Me, sometimes I might just take the trade off the session key. That's how much I believe in that tool. Take the trade, breaks the zone, session key, stop loss above the zone. That simple. But if you want to confirm the trade, you want to make sure that you get extra confirmations. That way you have the confidence to take the trade. So you have your range filter giving you the sell. You have bearish momentum coming down here in the ultimate cross from the Bogan effect. You have bearish divergence in the TDI, and it's starting to cross the signal line. All of this is lining up for the sell. If you want to wait, you wait for the entry optimizer. There's your trade right there. This is a 5 minute, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. You're done for the day. That trade right there. When do you get out? When you start seeing the buys come in, or when it crosses back over your signal lines. You got one here from the entry optimizer. You have another one here from the range filter. Then all the way back up here, you have the entry optimizer ATR. So if you want to get out of this trade, you just wait for it to break the ribbons, or when you see the buy signal, and then you get out the trade. So that's the full setup for the sell. It's full setup for the buy. In this actual trading plan, you also have your settings. I'm going to update this as we update the tools. But these settings all depends on now. The opening hour you can change for the session key, which will change the zone. We're going to get to that in a minute. Let's check this real quick. See where we at. We're still running, baby. We're almost at 1,000. Gold is running in profit as well. That is a successful trading hour. I'm going to go ahead and protect those, put that at entry. I don't like to trade and teach at the same time. Because I might be up 700, 800, then it'll come all the way back down. So if you're seeing profits, especially for trading futures, protect those profits because in a matter of minutes, that thing can turn right around. So here is a prime example of how you protect your profits. We got into the buy. Notice here, we have a sell, right? It gave a sell signal. But in order for the sell signal from the session key to be valid, price has to break and close below the zone. Price broke below the zone, but it was a wick. Don't let the wicks trick you. Don't let them trick you. First 2 minutes of this, you might have been in the trade because you saw it breaking, but then the next 3 minutes, it pulled right back and put you back into the trap. Do not get caught in the trap. Let the zone give you the confirmation that it wants to break below. So here you have the first sell, breaking below the zone. Now, if you had taken this sell at this entry, you would have hit close to take profit 2. You would have definitely hit take profit 1, which is about 20 points. 20 points on NASDAQ is about $200. So you could have been done for the hour with a simple trade to the downside in 2 minutes. In a matter of 1, 2, 3 minutes, you could have, depending on where you got out at, you could have caught a couple $100, right? But if you look at this trade based off of the trading plan that I just went over with you and the confirmations, should we have taken this sell? I'm asking y'all in the group. Y'all can go ahead and unmute yourselves, or you can ask in the chat. Should we have taken this sell? Following all of the confirmations. You got your entry optimizer. You got your range filter. Should we have taken this sell? I mean, you could have and still gotten the profit. But should we have taken the sale?
Nope.
Nobody wants to answer. That's cool.
No,
Maybe you
no.
just don't know yet. So if you find out that all of the confirmations line up, then of course you take the trade. But in this case, the entry optimizer is in seller's territory. Notice we're in the sale, heap sale. This entry optimizer, this red line, notifies that you are under seller's territory. So if you see the sale and you notice that you're in seller's territory, that is two confirmations. Third confirmation is your range filter. Range filter is telling us to buy. The range filter is telling us to buy. So that's one confirmation going against each other. You don't want to fight. You don't want to pick and choose between the tools. You want all of the tools to be on the same side. If they're fighting against each other and you're unsure what to do, then just don't take the trade. You don't want to force yourself into the market. So you have one tool telling you to buy. Here, price is going down, but your oscillator, your TDI is showing divergence, which means there is a reversal coming. That is a second confirmation to not take the sale. Third confirmation, you are in buyer's territory. You're in bullish momentum. Why take the sale? Now, of course, like I said, you could have taken the sale. That's why I say the session key is that powerful. Entry optimizer and the session key went into a sale, but we started to get the cross and a signal that we're going to get a reversal soon, and that's exactly what happened. That's why this move is happening now. The reversal is happening. Let's go ahead and move that take profit, baby. But, not too close now. But if your tools are not lining up with each other, don't take the trade. So when you see the sale, don't take it. You don't have to. It's okay. Even if you miss the sale and it ran 100 pips, it is okay. Because every hour, I'm going to show you guys how to become snipers. Any hour, every hour, on the top of the hour, you're going to get a zone. And within the first 5 minutes, you can be done. You don't have to force yourself into the market. No longer chasing the market. You don't have to chase the market no more. We may be retail traders, but we don't have to trade like we retail traders. So all you have to do is be patient, have discipline, find the tools. Once you have the tools, once you got these tools and you understand how to use these tools, trust me, you're not going to have to force yourself in the market. You're going to understand how to utilize the tools we got taken out at $800. Done for, and gold took out in profit. So that's about $800 profit for the hour. You'll be done for the day. You should be done for the day, actually. Depending on what size account that you have. But like I said, that sale did take profit, but you shouldn't have taken that sale due to the confirmations, all of the confirmations lining up. Now, if you had waited a couple minutes, you would have got the buy from the session key. You're already in buyer's territory. You got the buy from the entry optimizer, and that is the main reason why I took this trade. Everything lined up, straight into profit. Easy as pie. We want to make this as easy as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly go over these trades with you guys on a 5-minute chart, because I take trades on the 1 to 3 minute. I enter the trade on the 1 to 3 minute, but I advise you guys to at least look at the trade on the 5 minute until you are used to the setups. That way you can get an earlier entry on a smaller time frame. So what I'm going to do is we're going to zoom in. We're going to go to the beginning of the day, and I'm going to show you guys how powerful these tools really are. Let's see where we at. I believe start of the day is around here. The start of the day. Pull up session key. So when you're pulling up the session key, your opening hour for the start of the day, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you pull it up, if you go to 16, you will notice there is no zones on the chart, because 16 opening hour represents 5 p.m. 5 p.m. the market is closed. 6 p.m. There we go. So you got 6 p.m. I'm gonna go this briefly. We got about 10 more minutes. I forgot to update my Zoom. So I'm gonna go ahead and it's 12:30. I'm gonna send one more Zoom link out. Y'all had me for 3 hours yesterday. I'm gonna give y'all another hour today after the Zoom is closed. If it cuts off, I'm gonna go ahead and send another link in this prospective groups. That way we can continue. But hopefully, I'm not taking up too much of you guys' time. But if you have an extra hour, I got an extra hour for you guys, and we can go over this, and I can answer some of your questions. But this is the beginning of the day. Notice beginning of the day. I'm gonna start with just the session key because I don't want to overwhelm you guys. Oops, wrong chart. Let's go. We'll start with the session key, and we're gonna, when we see the trade, we're gonna just pull up everything else. I want you guys to see how powerful. Sell, right? We're selling out of the zone right here. We're in seller's territory. We're crossing the signal line. Entry optimizer. It's in seller's territory. Range filter is not telling us to sell, but all lines lean to a sell right here. Entry is here. It did not activate the entry. Did it? Oh, it did. It did activate the entry. So this is Asian market. This is the start of the market. If you know Asian market, it's going to get choppy. So if you're trading Asian, just be wary that these markets will be very slow. They call it the slow markets for a reason. It can get very choppy. Here is your first loss. We're going to be very transparent on these calls. We're going to catch some losses in these trades. But once you took the loss, if you took the loss, you might not be trading. I wouldn't even advise taking trades at 7 p.m. Honestly, if you're going to start taking trades in the Asian market, at least wait till about 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern. And I'm going to show you why in a second. But we got sell hit the take profit. I mean, sell hit the stop loss, but you got your buy hit take profit 1 and 2. It stops right here at your ATR. Notice you're starting to get a lot of consolidation at this entry point. If I had to take off the ATR, you wouldn't even know why. This is the average true range. That's why it stalled. This ATR is going to be very powerful for you. Here's your range filter to sell. You're in seller's territory. You don't have to take this sell because you're fighting against the session key. But if you're not using the session key, you can take the sell on down if you want. It's back to the zone, right? Now this is back to the zone. You get a buy out of the zone. You got to buy from the range filter, buy from the entry optimizer. You're above the session key zone. You're above. All the oscillators is lining up. Take this buy. That's a clean buy, straight on up in the profit for 15, 20, 30 minutes, and you're done. It even went higher if you held it past this liquidity pull. You're done. Here, came back to the zone, bounced out the zone. These zones will be very powerful. Once you understand these zones and utilize these zones enough, you will see these zones act as support and resistance. So if you missed it, like I said earlier, if you missed the trade the first time, catch it when it comes back out the zone the second time, or the third time, or maybe the fourth time. How about the fifth time? It gave you 5 buy entries out of the zone. So this is one zone from the 7 p.m. session key. That zone you could have used 5 times. Now, the great thing about the session key is once it goes to 8 o'clock, just all you got to do is change the zone. 9 o'clock, change the zone. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and move with the other two so you can see exactly what this tool is doing for you right here. Sell. Easy sell. Forgot what, I think that's 11 o'clock. Let's go back a little bit. If we get cut off, we might get cut off at any time. We get cut off, I'm going to go ahead and send a new link. So you got 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Still, it's still staggering. If you pull up the entry optimizer, you will know why. You're still in seller's territory, but you're right at the true range. It's gonna consolidate, right? Oops. Where am I at? 10 o'clock. You're finally starting to get movement around 11 o'clock. Let's go to 11. Got your first sale. You got to buy. Entry optimizer, of course, is in a sale. Do not take the buy. You do not want to fight against the other tools. Notice here, you got to buy. This is how you know it's a fake signal. You got to buy. Entry optimizers in the sale. Your oscillator, your momentum is in the sale. And you got divergence from the TDI. Why take the buy? See, this is how you would be able to get away from the market. The market will try to force you into the market. It'll try to trick you. Retail traders would have probably took this buy. Not us, though, because we see that this is a fake out. This is a false signal. Sometimes the tools will give you a false signal, but we're going to teach you how to eye the system so that you know when it's a false signal. This is a perfect false signal. It's a buy. Entry optimizer is telling us to sell. Range filter is starting to tell us to sell. It told us later, but you're in divergence for the bearish momentum. You're in the seller's territory on the oscillators. This is a false signal. Guess when the signal does come into play, though. Here's your sell. You're already in seller's territory. You got the sell from the range filter. You got the sell as soon as it breaks the zone or the session key. Take that sell. Take the trade. Straighten the profit. When do you get out? When it closes above your trend lines. Easy sell right there. Tried to trick you, but you ain't fall for it, right? The wicks is the trick. We ain't falling for that. We got nothing but treats for you guys in the system. Let's go to the next hour. 21, it's 12 a.m. Easy sell. So even if you missed 12 midnight. Even if you missed 11, don't force it. Just wait for the next hour. It's going to give you another zone. Take the trade. That's 12 midnight. 1 a.m. It's a long ass 10 minutes. It's 1 a.m. 2 a.m. Now it's starting to get, now the momentum is coming up. Here's that London session breakout for the London traders out there. 2 a.m., you got the zone. As soon as the zone breaks, take the buy, right? Depending on, there goes your range filter for the buy. Entry optimizer gave you a buy here. Perfect trade to the upside. Eyes closed. Eyes closed. You want to know why? Here's your signal line getting crossed. You're crossing into momentum. Take the trade, folks. Take the trade. You got 4 or 5 confirmations. I mean, 1, 2, 3 buy signals down here. Broke above the zone. Oscillators is telling you to buy. Take the trade. No more second guessing, folks. The tool is going to do all the hard work for you. And if you just are unsure, if you are late, then all you have to do is just wait for the next zone. 24 is no zone. Go to 0. 0 is 2 a.m. Is it? Right? Here we go. Even if you missed it from the bottom, guess what? 3 a.m. Here's another buy. You do not have to force it anymore, folks. Easy as pie. If you guys have any questions while I'm going on, matter of fact, I'm going to save the questions for the next zone. I'm going to conclude this zone, and I'm going to open up the zone for Q&As, and we might be able to take another trade at 1 o'clock p.m. So get your trade ready. We're going to set up for 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time session key zone, and we're going to go through it live together. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude this session, and I'm going to send out the Zoom in the groups. If you are able to attend, come on in. See y'all in a second.